Hello, welcome back. Episode number 8 of my campaign number 1 Let's Play. We, if I remember correctly, hooked into Pittsburgh from Buffalo in the last episode, along with created this small line from New York to Philadelphia. Now, looking at the task list, I need 8 loads of salt delivered to New York. New York needs to be over 70,000. New York is definitely over 70,000. If I can click on it correctly, it's 117, approaching 120. So they should be getting salt delivered fairly soon. If we have a look, I've got a salt mine here, which I own, gets delivered to Bangor. And if I remember correctly, oh my god, I can't click the right things. If we look at the warehouse, there is loads of sugar, loads of salt, all waiting for transport. Absolutely loads of it, waiting for transport at Bangor. So I've nearly doubled the amount of freight trains that I have. And we could always add some more, I guess. So we've got 24 running on, freight trains running on line 2. Let's have a look here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different stations, mainline city stations on the route. 24. So yeah, that's, over 2 trains per station at the moment. I think I'll leave it. They're still being deployed. There's still trains coming out of Pittsburgh starting their journey on the main line. So once those freight trains get going, once they get put onto the line, once they join the formation and make their way around, then hopefully we'll see Bangor start to empty its warehouse. There's a lot of stuff waiting for transport from Bangor. And here we can see lots of fruits and so forth coming around the place. What I could do if I really wanted to speed it up is set up a new line that goes direct. In fact, we could do that just to get it out the way. If we set up a new train line, and I say it's from Bangor to all the way to New York to, and I say we've got, let's do like the fastest freight train we've got. That's express, that's freight. We'll do 2 of them, make them freight trains, and we'll give them refrigerated cars. We don't need mail, don't need dining, don't need caboose. Right, we've got a new line. Sorry, what's this? There's an auction for a business. Where is it? Right there. Yeah, we'll bid. We'll win it because there's no competition. And we'll get it nice and cheap. 96,000. So I own this guy now, which is great. We could hook into him at some point. So, as I was saying, we've now got a train line connecting Bangor to New York, which means that salt should start to arrive at some point soon. Money is pouring in. We're nearly up to 5 million. For this mission, I really think we've overdone it. I really think we've over-engineered the whole process. We probably could have had this game done and dusted, this campaign mission done and dusted in half the time if I hadn't concentrated so much on getting so many lines put in with stations all over the place. 2 stations per city. Really does feel like overkill at times. So, New York, that objective should be done fairly soon. Then we've got the harder one, which is reach 75,000 citizens for Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. So I haven't connected into Washington, D.C. because I deleted a train line that used to connect to New York. It belonged to a rival, which I purchased, and I removed it. I didn't like the setup of it. So we really need to get hooked into Washington, D.C. from Philadelphia. And currently we only have express trains going between New York and Philadelphia. I need to start bringing in goods in order to make these area's larger, we're going to have to bring in quite a lot of goods. I don't know whether Charlottesville is part of this task. It's just talking about Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Washington are part of the region. I don't know whether that's the only ones. 63032. I don't see anyone that's got 63. I don't know what that 60. Oh, is that if you add up these all together? Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Washington, if you add them all together, they come up to, maybe I'm reading it wrong, reach 75,000 citizens in, oh, so it's not, I was reading it wrong. I thought every city had to have 75,000 citizens. It's not. I just need to get their populations up to a total of 75,000. Okay, I was reading it wrong. I'm thick. So that should be easy enough to do. Philadelphia's sorted. Its population's growing. It's well connected to my main line, so I'm not worried about that. We have an express line between Boston, New York, and Philadelphia. I'll extend that to Washington. And what we'll also do is build some extra lines and get some freight moving from New York to these places. Anything Philadelphia or Washington need, I'll get it supplied from New York. So they're connected into this station in New York, which I could add a warehouse to. I'll probably need to add a warehouse to it. We've already got a warehouse in Boston, which actually, this is the one I probably need to add the goods to, because this, what I need to do is pull stuff off of these lines onto this one. Two ways I can do that. I can either build a second station in New York, or actually that would be a fourth station, build another station in New York, hook it into these lines so that trains can come off and use it. Or since Boston is already connected on this line, I could say, okay, it's not just an express line. Maybe it's also a freight line, and anything that area needs, I can have it built up here. Let's do that. I think that makes sense. So, in my head, it does anyway. So what do you need to grow, Philadelphia? You need grain. You need corn. You need beer. So I'm certain that these places can... so let's go to Boston. Let's go to the warehouse. Let's say, okay, I want you to collect corn, grain, and beer. I want you to store those up. We could do 2 more. I'll figure that one out, what else I want to store there. And we'll also add a new train line going from that Boston. Did I click the right station? It is Boston 2, isn't it? That Boston to New York to Philadelphia, and I guess back again, right? That will be a freight line, so I want the fastest freight, which is a Derwent. Let's do 4 trains. I've got the money. It'll probably start overloading. Let's do it. Put a refrigerator car in there. 140,000 means nothing to me when you've got millions and millions. And what we then need to do, I guess, is extend the 2 lines I've got over here to Washington. Now this train station is facing the town rather than facing away from the town. So I want to face this Washington DC station in the same general direction. Maybe I'll unpause it, just let the game continue. Let's stick a train station facing Washington, which means it's restricted, unfortunately. Most I can get is 3 lines. A little bit of fiddling. I can get a whole bunch if I put it that way, but it doesn't... I'd have to build a big bridge all the way over there. Oh, what a pain. Actually, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm being thick. I could just put it in right in the middle of Washington. I always forget you can build the stations right in the centre of the cities. So if I stick it kind of that way, like that, and then we start building some rail lines again. So we go to there. That's expensive. Maybe we can avoid... Does that make it any cheaper? No. It's always going to be expensive. 110. That'll do. That'll do. Right, we'll stick that in there. We'll build a second one. And do our usual... You go there, you go there. Right. Left. Trains are moving in the right direction. What else do we need to do? We need to go back here. We need to look for our train lines that I built. Oh, I didn't name them, or did I name them? Did I name... I didn't name it, did I? So, what is the default naming convention? Philadelphia and New York City. That's a Firefly. That's the passenger network, although I do need to edit that one. Let's edit that line and add Washington into the mix. We'll keep it as 4 trains. It's an express line. All good to go. Let me edit it again, sorry. So Philadelphia, New York, Boston, New York, Washington. That's not right, is it? Let's change that one. Let's make it... It's Boston, New York, Philadelphia, and Washington. Back to Philadelphia, back to New York. Express line confirmed. That's sorted. Now we need the freight line that I just created. Yeah. Have I already got a freight line? Maybe I already built... I've got 2 freight lines now, have I? No. Okay, that's the Boston to New York. Now we've got this one, which needs to be edited. This is now Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Washington, back to Philadelphia, and then New York City, and then back to Boston. I think that makes sense. Let's complete that. So why do I have this? Why am I going from Bang... Oh, that's the... So, I thought that said Boston. That's the Bangor one I've set up temporarily. Let's see if we can find one of its trains. There's one of its trains. There it goes. Moving pretty slow, but it's fully loaded, fully stocked up. Look, we've got salt for New York, which means my task should be completed when that train arrives. Always good. We got 64,000 people in these cities at the moment, so I'm growing. Right, let's see what happens. Let's speed things up a little bit. Oh, my son walked in. He wanted a cardboard box. Ah, fantastic. Right, what was I saying? So we got passengers travelling to Washington now. Excellent. Let's see if we got any trains with goods on. There's some meat. Passengers. The warehouse is starting to collect goods. Look, we're starting to get grain. We're starting to get beer. It all still needs to arrive at Boston, but it's on the way. It's all on the way. So let's see what else Philadelphia needs, or Washington, for example. What else do they need? They need no cows. They don't need cows. They do need corn, but there's lots on the way. They require wood. They've got some. They must be getting it local. They are. They need sugar. Okay, how can I get them sugar? What about Philadelphia? I guess you need sugar as well, right? Yeah, you need sugar as well. To get them sugar, I need to connect into here, but that's on a different line. That's line 1. That's line number 1. So how can I get sugar over... We got a farm over here. We got a farm. I could quickly build... That might be easier. Just stick a new station in. Over there. We've got the money. Don't need to worry. H. Let's find a flat area. So let's... I don't know. There. Roughly there. Let's stick that in. And connect it to... Oh, these train stations are facing kind of the wrong way. They're kind of facing the wrong way, unless I... Should I be silly and maybe hook it into here? That's line number 2, I believe, which does connect to Bangor. That seems like a really long-winded way to go when these are the towns that need that sugar. So what I'll do is over-engineer it. I told you, this game, this mission for me is all about over-engineering at the moment. So I'm going to over-engineer it. I'm going to stick in a station. Please let me put one in here. Alright, it's not ideal. Put that in there. I will create a line from here to there. Let me have a think. That station... Yeah, that would need to connect into the second one. And... Oh, misclicked. That one would connect into this one. Wow, I completely forgot to check the route it was taking. So I've got a lovely big tunnel, which I probably paid a fortune for. But that means that now that that's in place, I can do this, I can do this, I can choose directions, I can put in a new train line from there to Washington 2. We'll start off with one train. I don't think I need much more than one. Your freight. I don't think it needs to have a refrigerated lorry on board. Washington, you need a warehouse. And your warehouse needs to collect sugar. And you have to distribute that sugar to a place that doesn't exist. Let's build another station. Oh, over engineering. We'll place it back to back. It's a lovely report where it says I've lost 4 million. Right, let's hook it to this station. There. And there. And there. And let's jewel it up. Jeweled. Jeweled. You're going right, you're going left. I've got to set up another train line. We'll do a freight. This will be freight only. Let's do one train for the moment. Doesn't need to be refrigerated. It's going from Washington to... Yeah, Washington DC 2 to Philadelphia. One train, freight. Let's accept that. Let's come out of this. Sorry, I touched the mic there. Let's come out of that mode. And I should start to see some trains. Moving around. Yeah, he's just delivered a load of sugar, I would imagine. Not yet. He might have to Washington. Washington might have enough sugar now. Washington has sugar, 7.8, which is great. And I'd imagine when he gets... The warehouse will start to pick up now. Once that train arrives at Kelly Station, it's bringing back another load. Should we up it by one more train? Let's also add a maintenance depot. No, dispatch hall. That's the one. Dispatch hall. I've completely forgot to add a supply there and a supply here. That should have been the first thing I did. Maintenance post. Do we want to do this? I haven't put them anywhere else, really. I should have made better use of them. Should we put maintenance posts in? Nah. Give it a rest. What are you transporting? Absolutely nothing. Research. Yeah, let's bid on that. I've got the money. Let's get another little bit of research. Talking about research, we can go down here and pick that up. That sounds nice. So we've got the 1840 technology. So we're 5 years ahead. Maybe we're not as slow as I thought we were. And that will cost me... You cannot unlock this development before 1840. Oh, I can't unlock it before. Oh, plums. Too fast for my own good. By the way, we completed the task. Always good to hear. So I hope you actually heard the game sounds just now, because I didn't realize that my sound wasn't working on my headset. I hope it was coming through on the recording. Otherwise, it's just the sound of me talking, which wouldn't be as entertaining as hearing the trains move back and forth. Let's check if sugar is now being built up. It is being built up in the warehouse, which means Philadelphia must be asking for sugar. So they'll get their sugar soon. They've already got corn on the way. They've got beer on the way. There's sugar on the way. I think we are doing all right getting the population up. Boston's shrinking. Strangely. It's almost like I haven't... Look, everywhere I look, there's masses and masses of resources waiting to go. Waiting to get places. So, have I not got enough trains? Is that my problem? Do I need more freight trains? Are all my freight trains? Yeah, so far all the freight trains are full. Everything's... Okay. What the hell? Let's have a bit of fun. Let's add a few more. I think I'm absolutely going to ruin my line. I'm going to end up with traffic jams all over the place. So my freight line 1 and my freight line 2, I've now got 30 trains on them. Is there a view for... God. Oh, what is this? I've never really paid attention to this. I'll need to figure that one out. Understand what it means. I'll do that off camera. What I'm looking for, is there anything that shows me train usage? Ah. That's cool. Yeah, so I'm guessing green means fully utilised. Well, that guy's green. He is green, and he does look like he was full. He's just delivering fruit. Let's have a look. We've got a red one. So are you underutilized? No, you're full. So what the hell does the colours mean? Okay, you're earning over 1,000. You're losing money, but you're still green. Let's see how much he picks up. He's only picking up one damn thing. Yeah, he's green. I think red means it's full.
Competition is good for business, they say. But I say,
Yeah, he's not full.
destroys the competition.
He's pretty much full.
I see you weren't intimidated by that libertine. That is good.
He's not full.
I've invested sizable sums in this venture, and failure would ruin me.
Green means it's got space? I don't know.
Our network just needs another little expansion. Being the mayor of Albany doesn't have to remain the pinnacle of my career. How does member of Congress sound to you? Even if things are going very well right now, we must not rest. While you have been spreading further south, I have established a bank together with some business partners to become financially independent. From now on, you can borrow money directly from me. Really marvelous. You are unstoppable. I can't tell you how happy I am. Bravo! You sure showed him. People won't be entrusting their company to this scoundrel anytime soon.
I have no idea what that guy was going on about. Obviously, I've completed a whole bunch of the tasks. And I'm left with one more, which is 95% completion. Transport 60 passengers without changing trains from Washington to Buffalo. Oh, I'm not interested in buying another business. There's Buffalo. There's Washington. Non-stop. So to do it non-stop, I would need to extend one of the lines here. I can do that. Let me pause this. Let me build a line from there to... I'm going to connect into Philadelphia here. So when it gets to... as it comes around the corner and reaches that area, I'm going to split off and connect into you like that. It's expensive, but I've got the money. And I don't know if... yep, it will let me build one again next to it. Okay, let's share the track. Let's share the track. Let's change direction. Right, left. And I don't care that it's a passenger train that's now using my freight line. Let's get this campaign mission over with. So, we need a new train connection. We need a new train line. I want it to be an express. I want it to be 2 trains. Hold on, do I need to... I need to extend that line as well, don't I? To Syracuse. Yeah, I've got to do a couple extra things here. Yeah, I've got to do a couple of extra things. So I've got to extend this line to Albany. It needs to connect into there. And another one, which luckily fits. Oh, it fits perfectly. Again, these two need to be hooked together. It's the... whoa, I've got myself well confused now. Hold on. It's the 2 in the middle, isn't it? Like that. There. Then we want right and left. And we need to extend the connection again. from here to... Okay, I have to pause the game a little bit. I've got to delete these tracks, unfortunately. I want to build him. I want to create a new track connection. I'm going to have to delete these two as well, unfortunately. So you hook into like there and then into there, and you do the same back again. Whoop, messed that up. Come on, I'm clicking here. Right, you go to you, and you go to you, and you go like that, you go like that, you go right, you go left, you go right, you go left. You need to have one of these added as well, like that, and the same over here. And now I think I can build my new railway line, which is an express. Wants to go fast. Let's do 2 trains. Let's give it mail, dining, caboose. And it's travelling from Buffalo to directly to Washington DC to look, it lets me select it. So it knows now what line to use. It knows to use that line I've just built. So you know what, screw it. We'll put a bunch on there. There we go. Firefly, unpause. Do I need to build any resources? Maybe we should stick one there. I think I've already got one a bit further along. We might as well stick a resource building here as well. You can be a maintenance depot. Maybe you can also be a maintenance depot. It's fine. Got a couple of trains that are doing things without any... nobody wants corn, I guess, or grain rather. Warehouse is full. Quarterly report is I'm losing money. That's only because I'm spending money. That one of the trains? No. That's one of my resource trains. Come on, have we got one? Yeah, this one's going to Washington. Buffalo to Washington. Doesn't appear to be anyone on it. Oh, do I... Buffalo, Washington, Buffalo. Okay. Express. Right, we'll see if that completes the task. Transport 60 passengers. Let's see what happens. Passengers will only take the train if the route is no more than twice as long as the linear distance. If there are several train connections, the one with the shortest route is chosen. Even if passengers have to change trains. Oh, I think it's telling me that that line might be too long. Well, that... Do you know, I could have... I don't know why I did this. I don't know why I did this, because, to be honest... That was a big waste of money and a stupid waste of time. I should have just done a train line across here, and direct into Washington. That would have been the better idea. That would have been the better idea. So... Let's run the first one. Let's go as far as there. Let's go as far as here. And then... Should we do a mountain one? Should we go right through the mountains? A giant tunnel? Oh, why not? Right. Something like that. Can't build it. Because... a lumberyard. Let's try that. I can't build that because an incline on the track is too steep. Whew. Minus 248. Oh, I don't know. Delete. Come on, we can do this. We can do this. So can I build that? Can I build this? At max speed. Can I build this at max speed? I can. Right. Can I build a second one? I can. Fantastic. So... again, dual it. Again, dual it. Right. Left. One of these things. There. Let's see if a train suddenly appears. There is a train appearing. And it's actually getting passengers on it for once. 80 passengers and a whole bunch of mail. Great. Let's get the last bit of research done. I can't get any more research until 1840, which is 5 years from now. We will never get there. This mission should be complete by then. Let's watch this train go through the giant tunnel that I built for 3 million. Look at that. It's like something from Switzerland, isn't it? They like to build their tunnels. There he goes. Loads of passengers. What's that, 54? Yeah, travelling fast. 30 mile an hour. This must feel like the speed of light to people back in those days. 30 miles an hour, speed of light. They were probably getting sick with the speed. And it's arrived. Let's see. Is it going to do it? Yes.
Now it's really paying off that I invested some money in a couple of speculative land deals near your rail lines. They have multiplied in value by now. I personally never doubted the success of the steam locomotive. However, what you have accomplished here is something else entirely. Our work here has been a technological revolution, and we are both facing a golden future.
The railroad business had exploded. Brilliant pioneers and their courageous investors had proven that steam-powered rail transportation could more than compete with the expensive alternative of artificial waterways. The success convinced initial doubters, and new routes were springing up like mushrooms. Soon, small, separate routes were getting in each other's way, and the hoped-for profits were declining. Critical voices were raised. How could the railroad business continue to grow if it was choking on its own complexity?
You completed all the required tasks. You will be given a Final score. Rating. Mandatory task 20 of 20. Optional 1 of 3. Modifier difficulty 1.3. Total score 641,136. Chief Executive. Company value 52 million. Route length 16,000 miles. Chief Executive, so I got the highest rank. Yeah, 641. Okay, I'm happy with that. It's a shame there isn't... Oh, ranking. Oh, okay. Well, I was far below the highest ranks. Oh, I was hoping it would show me the guy's track. Is it just going to show me details on him? Okay. I was hoping... Oh, no. Stop clicking it. I was hoping it would show me what he built to give me some inspiration for my next attempt. Yeah, find me. I guess 8,479 is not bad considering it's worldwide. I don't know. That's. I thought I'd be in the top 10 if I'm honest. Okay. Right. I think the next episode we'll try the next chapter, campaign mission number 2. But that'll be for another day, for another episode. Leave it with me. See you at the next one.
Of the most important rail networks to this evening to solicit support.